Hey guys, it's Born Free here. I did 6 player interviews at the King of New York tournament. I'm editing them as fast as possible in order to get them out. If they are long, I will leave timestamps in the description below so you can go to the questions that are pertinent to you. Otherwise, if they're about 10 minutes, I think it's fine. Hopefully they're enjoyable. And here they are. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Born Free here. I am at the King of New York tournament 2017 with F3 Alucard. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So let's jump into it. So you play a lot of different characters. Who are you maining at the moment?
Right now, I'm maining Balrog solely right now, just until I see what Capcom does with the game to pick a secondary off that.
Okay, so in that regard, are you worried about the incoming balance patch?
Slightly. I mean, I know Balrog should be normalized a bit, but I'm just hoping for Birdie to get buffs because I think they kind of butchered my favorite character.
Yeah. No one talks about Birdie. No one talks about Birdie. Like, what was the worst thing they did to Birdie?
The worst thing they did was, I'll say it's tied for take away his first frame armor and reducing his health.
So let me ask you now. Last time that we spoke, you said something which a lot of people found a little bit controversial, which was that you felt like Laura was the weakest character in the game, and now in season 2, she got buffed, I guess, and now everybody's screaming that she should be nerfed. So what are your thoughts on Laura right now?
Laura's definitely a top 5 character now. Of course, I thought she was the worst before, which is probably why Capcom gave her a bunch of buffs. Because she needed them. She didn't need this many, but she needed something to be viable to me.
Okay. Are there other characters that you think should be buffed and nerfed? Are there any characters where you say this one is just ridiculous and he needs to be nerfed, or anybody you think this one doesn't have a chance?
You need to nerf Urien. They need to nerf Cammy. They need to nerf Guile. Those are the guys that you really need to touch, for sure. And they need to buff Birdie. I think they did Fang pretty badly. I think they did Nash pretty badly. Those guys are like suffering really bad in this version.
Okay, are there any system-wide mechanical changes you would make?
System-wide?
So for instance, people talk a lot about... I don't know, let's say the jabs are still pretty high priority for anti-airs. They say invincible DPs should come back. Is there anything on your mind?
No, I think Dragon Punches should be the same. You should have to use a meter to get people off of you. But I don't like how jabs are still anti-airing. And I don't like how some DPs are losing to jump-ins. You can at least make it a little bit, air invulnerable. Like you can up the air invuln frames on some of the DPs without making it strike invulnerable on the ground. But like upper body, you can make that start earlier so that people can actually anti-air deeply with it without getting counter hit.
Dude, when the word Shoryuken comes out and yeah.
Sad times, man.
Oh man, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing in the world to me. So you must have seen footage of Killeen. I keep pronouncing the name wrong, but fuck it. Do you like the look of that character?
She looks nice. I think she's a bit lacking in the footsie area, but I think she has a lot of setups. I like the counter, the parry. I like the freeze mechanic that stuns you. She looks really nice. She has a lot of costumes, so I think she'll be like a fan favorite for sure.
Certainly the characters I think are becoming more interesting. I have a lot of fun with Akuma, a lot of fun. So hopefully she'll be the same in that regard. Now, which characters do you find the hardest to fight against? Just characters for now.
I have a hard time fighting Laura, maining Balrog. It's very hard to fight her now.
Why is that?
He doesn't have anything to get her off of him. So she's just like vortex. It's just like setup after setup. Like I'm guessing constantly, and it's just one wrong guess could end the round for me. So it's very hard. Also, Zangief bodies Balrog, so that's very hard. And Cammy, man. Cammy destroys Balrog also.
And Cammy also, I mean, I personally think Cammy's the most boring character, which sucks. But if you were going to pick do you think if they buff Birdie, do you feel like Birdie can deal with those characters?
Yeah, Birdie is who I would normally use for those characters, but now he's so nerfed that I can't even win his good matchups from Season 1. So I've just been focusing on Balrog and hoping that he receives some buffs with the new patch, so I can compete with the stronger characters. But if not, then I will, have to just play a top tier.
Okay, fair enough. Tell me about players. So we've got players here, probably the best ones to focus on. Who here is likely to be your biggest challenge or your demon?
Probably Idon. He'll probably be the hardest to beat because he plays Laura. My Birdie is not up to par because I kind of gave up on him, and she just destroys Balrog. So it's gonna be an uphill battle. I'm gonna try to win, of course, but it's probably my toughest matchup here.
Gotcha. Now, one of my mates actually lives in Michigan. And he actually wanted to ask, how do you think the scene differs from like Michigan and like New York?
Pretty much in size, skill level. Michigan guys just, we aren't as good as New York. We don't have the big names like that. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the production. So, it's a bit different, New York has grown on me, being able to be on Team Spooky every week, being able to fight 10 top players in the world every week. It's definitely up my level. I love home. I love the community.
Is there a big scene there? How would you break into it?
We have locals.
Yeah.
Weekly, so every Monday. Shouts out to Detroit, the Detroit scene. Jason Walraven does the streaming, but we're just we're up and coming, so it's not on the scale of a New York stream or the caliber of the player. It's a bit different, but it's still fun. A lot of people can help people get better there. We have a few regulars that is always around, but it's just totally different.
Gotcha.
Completely. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you planning on playing or currently playing any other fighting games right now?
I would like to dabble with King of Fighters.
Oh yeah.
I want to play.
Why King of Fighters?
I love the characters. Like I'm just a big SNK fan forever. I remember having a Neo Geo, back when I was young.
What are your favorite characters?
King of Fighters?
Yeah.
I like Geese Howard. I love Billy Kane. I like Andy Bogard. It's a ton, man. I love Vanessa. She's not on there, but I love her. I love Yamazaki. Some of my favorite characters are SNK guys.
Bogart's like the best.
But I also will be playing Injustice 2 though.
Okay. All right. So did you play the beta?
I did not actually get a code, so I'm just as fresh as everyone else.
And do you? I asked this. This is so it's such a loaded question because it's a NetherRealm game, right? So how do you find the NetherRealm game? Do you enjoy them? Like they have the block button and everything?
Well, Injustice won't have the block button. It's
it doesn't?
Traditional back to block for Injustice. Only MK has the block button.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So this is why I branched out towards Injustice before, because of the back to block. And they kind of catered to the Capcom realm with having alternate controls. Okay. So they allow you to do like Hadouken motions instead of back forward. Okay. They give you like corners and stuff where you can do quarter circles and half circles. So I love the leniency, and I love the DC universe, just as much as Marvel. But they're fun. They're a bit cheaper than the Capcom games. And I say cheaper meaning more like fierce. Like it's more like things to abuse in an NRS game. That's what I mean by cheaper.
Well, I'm definitely going to check it out, if only for the story mode, because those guys actually complete their games. Not implying anything, or maybe I am, which is kind of cool. And then since it doesn't have a block button, and it has the Capcom leniency, because that's kind of one of the things that we're missing in fighting games, which they tend to have in like FPS, is like that universal control system, which I think is really helpful for being able to cross over.
Yeah, people that want to cross over and play that type of game, you want them to feel comfortable and have some type of nostalgic feel to it, where you're like not just brand new to a game and like just feel lost.
That's a really smart move, actually. In which case, I'm super looking forward to Injustice 2. Okay, so is there anything that you wanted me to ask you, or anything you wanted to get off your sort of like talk about? Any topic?
I guess I'll speak on E-League.
Go on.
If that's okay. I just wanted the FGC to uplift their players a little bit more. I know a lot of people didn't get picked to be on E-League, and a lot of good people did get picked though. So I want people to at least show some respect to the people that they chose, because the community, we didn't have a choice. We didn't petition or get ourselves invited. They invited us. So the people that got invited, I think it's up to us to congratulate those guys and not just shun them, or, oh, you're not supposed to be here, or you don't deserve this, or this guy deserves this. I don't like that. Coming from the FGC, we're still a family. People get slighted all the time, but we didn't have any control over who they chose. I didn't get chose, unfortunately, but my teammate got chose, F3 Bolinho. So I'll be able to support Bolinho there. They'll be able to support Flipside Tactics, and I'm not like a rotten egg about it. My teammate is on there. I didn't get the opportunity. Good luck to everyone that did. I'm not gonna go on social media and bash someone and say, oh, I should have been there. Nah, they don't deserve that. I think we should uplift each other and congratulate each other for who they actually picked, and hopefully an American gets that 250,000.
Yeah, and what? Everyone's time comes. So I think you got to keep that positive outlook, and you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot at all by having a what do you call it, like a knee-jerk reaction, because it's not going to do anybody any good. I want to say it's been an honor. Second time round.
Thank you.
So thank you for the interview, and good luck today, and peace out, guys.